Just a quick heads up for you guys. To start off this game, he did go ball for the first fight, but he swapped for Orisa for the rest of the game, so just a heads up.
Off his ball, but then I switched to Orisa
Mm-hmm.
and did pretty bad as ball, and they
Okay.
had PC.
I will say to start off here, I love how you're going out like from behind him to start flanking. The only like little thing is here is I kind of hide behind this right side of the doorway a little bit more, just in case someone looks right, they'll peek you know you're there, and then they'll be aware of you. Like they'll be ready for you to come in and slam them on the first engagement. That'd be the only little thing. Oh, and then right there, like you're not like. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think I don't like you shooting this Ana to start off right here?
I think my team's not really there yet, and it's super early, and then she can sleep me.
Yeah, like exactly. So you're giving away like your biggest element on ball right now, which is your element of surprise. So like for you to go ahead and shoot this Ana, like the only thing that it's doing is it's taking away the Ana from looking at your Reinhardt, but he'll still have a Mora to look at him to heal him, and then you're not going to be able to kill the Ana right here. So like the Ana could sleep you, she'll be able to keep herself alive, nade herself, the Mora can come peel. Whereas like if you had just waited a few seconds, like waited till they rounded this corner, wait for your team to walk up kind of like right here to start engaging on them, you could have that element of like rolling through them here, going up and then slamming down on them and getting like a big slam to start off. Maybe your Widow or something can pick someone off too whenever you get that slam because it makes it an easy shot for her. Whereas like now they're going to be aware of you. Like this May, we didn't know this May was up here, but this May could drop on you. This Cassidy could turn around and nade you. Like you're just giving yourself away without like there being any. There's like no pro to it. There's only cons to this early on here. And then see like right here now you have to try and like juke the sleep. There's gonna be a Mei shooting at you from behind, and you're just gonna get caught out of position. You're gonna have to try and roll away.
Yeah, I didn't see that May at all. I didn't
Hmm.
know where I guess she was.
She was just right above you, which we would like if I was in the same position as you, I wouldn't have known that either. Like, cause she was like she took a weird route up here. She like literally fell from like right up top here and started shooting you. So like we
Okay.
weren't aware of her. But if we had waited for them to round this corner, that May would have already dropped too, even though we didn't know she was there. And then we could have gone in, slammed, and then rolled out safely as well. Like when we engaged, at least like on the first fight, because that's like your biggest element here is that element of surprise right here to start off and roll back. And now you're just trying to play the game of like getting out, and the only value you're getting is like the value of these two people looking at you, which is still strong because you're still making it a 4v3, but it's still like it could be so much better as well. And now that Cass is gonna catch you out, and you have to just keep rolling away, and you might even end up dying here.
Yeah, and then I shouldn't have tried to go back this way.
Yeah.
But I was thinking I'd go back for heals, but I should have just went for the health pack.
Yeah, you could have went for the health pack, or if you wanted to go back for heals, just try and like roll back through here. Or if that Cass's nades like catching you out, you don't have your roll up here, just like you were saying, roll back, try and get a health pack, go through here. Like try and take the safer route. And then they just end up rolling your team because you were kind of like you one,
Yeah, that was really bad.
yeah, one, you just kind of gave yourself away, so they were aware of you when you came in, so you didn't get to get a slam off on anybody. And then two, you were just trying to play like trying to get out, so you weren't really getting much value there.
A sip for the parched.
And then I switched to
Okay.
Only in
Orisa
unity
here.
will we find strength.
And I've been doing really bad on Orisa,
Okay.
especially as like a lot worse than all the other tanks.
Mhm.
I stand strong.
So here so far, I like how you cycled your cooldowns, look at the Morgue, she was out of position, try to pin her. I like that so far. And then a little thing too, with the way you're shooting right here, let's look at it. Let's see how many shots you like end up getting off, because you're just like barely tapping it, letting it roll back down. Whereas if you just like would have waited to roll back down, you would have been able to get out a lot more DPS on this Mei here. It's like you
Wait,
shoot.
what do you mean roll back down? Like
Okay, so the
charging?
the charging, like
Don't
you
let
know
it
how it
overload.
will, yeah, the overload basically. Sorry about that. Like this thing on the right side, whereas like you're just kind of tap firing it, making sure it doesn't get in the red. Whereas if like you would have just let it go all the way back down, or even down to like 25%, you would have been able to shoot for a lot longer, and maybe been able to capitalize here.
Oh, so I was doing it too much on the tank, and then it was close to overloading
Or not
when I.
even too much on the tank, but like watch this. I'll point it out here in a sec. It's like you're kind of tap firing rather than letting the charge go closer like all the way down to like letting it charge fully back up, you know? It'll be right here, like you start kind of tap firing. Like right there. Whereas like if you would have just let it roll down, you would have like been able to shoot a full clip back up essentially. Is that making
Uh,
sense?
so it's too close to being overloaded.
Yeah. So like rather than just like tap firing it and keeping it so close to overloading, I would just let it drop below to like 30 or 25% and then start shooting again because you'll be getting out more damage that way because you'll be shooting for longer and it's going to take just like a little bit longer for you to full back down rather than just like these tap fires, which you won't ever be able to kill anybody when you're just tap firing like that kind of thing because you won't have that big burst of damage. It does, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I like that pin there. And like one thing here I would have been looking to do is I would have been looking to use my E right here to try and like roll around and try and boop this Mei. Like I would like try and position myself like to the right of this Mei. And the second that she pops that E, I would be trying to like push her into this wall so that my team can kill her.
What if I get? Oh, she used her wall already, so
Yep.
she can't wall me
Mm-hmm.
after.
And then even if she does, oh sorry, you have your shift coming back up soon enough to where you'll be able to outlast a wall and like walk back through. I like how you're pushing the Ryan back right here. Love that. That was perfect. Look for another spear.
We're starting the push.
And then, yep, go aggressive. Well played there.
Strong and brave. Not so fast.
No one can hide from my sight.
And then here, I would be looking to make a play with my ults. Well, it looks like you got a pick, so never mind. But if those three were still alive and they backed in that room, I would have been looking to make a play with my ult there, like spin into them, just to like kind of keep staggering them and keep our lead going so that we get this next point and the quicker spawns. We made ult, so honestly, you did everything great there.
Stay put.
Understood.
The kitsune is ready to be unleashed. Healing pylon out.
Do not move.
I like that pin there, or not the pin, the spear. I mean, sorry. And then here, you guys are even, so I would be trying to make a play, like, let this Reinhardt walk on your team, and I would be trying to look for him to make a play, like, walk up here and ult this Cassidy and this Moore real quick, like, force the Moore to fade out, and try and ult the Cassidy, make him drop to a position he doesn't want to be if he's going to have to, like, stop his ult and roll as well.
I was kind of worried that the Reinhardt was nanoed and then that he would kill my team.
That Nano should have been running out there, so he would have, like, you have a
Alright.
Maze still alive too, so you honestly should have been alright. We'll see, though. Like, this Nano, yeah, Nano ran out, like, right about here, but I like how you went in front of him and blocked that pin. That was still really good. And then huge ult it.
Let the kitsune guide you.
We must retake the robot.
Oh, he got out of it.
Yep. And then shook to get out. Perfect. You actually played that very well there.
We are at a disadvantage.
And I guess I should
Stay
have
put.
contested here.
Loss.
Maybe.
Say that again?
Do you think I should have contested here because they get close spawn if I don't touch here?
No, they don't get close spawn. So how that works is they have to go, like, since you guys have already pushed it past middle here, like once it gets past so like you know how they capped it all the way over here already, right? Or wait, no they didn't. No they didn't. I'm tripping. I saw the thing on top left. So they haven't even gotten to this point yet. So getting to this point will open up close spawns for them. And the way you stop them from getting close spawns is you push it all the way back to the middle. And so like right now, since they pushed it past middle and you guys got that point back there, they just closed your close spawns by getting it past this little middle point, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
that's-
not as bad giving it up.
Yeah. But the one thing I will say here is like look at yourself out of like look at where you're positioned. this team can just walk on you here for free because you have nowhere to walk. Like you'd have to traverse this long pathway. Whereas if you were just playing this left side by your team, you're perfectly fine to like engage more if you want or back up a lot easier. To whereas like if this Reinhardt pushes on you, most likely since you're already right here, you're probably gonna end up walking on this path and get yourself even more stuck. Where like you could still walk out here
Right.
and probably survive, but you being on this right side in general is just like a lot harder for you to get out and play with your team. Like it makes it a
I
lot.
think I was thinking I needed to touch because they get the close spawn.
Oh yeah, just 'cause oh I see. Like you just didn't know yet. Okay, that makes sense. So that's what you were thinking right there.
Securing.
But then I didn't even touch anyways because I
Yeah.
was nervous about dying.
And then one more small thing too is in general for for most of the time, I always like to use my E, my little spin before my shift because like the way the cooldowns work, your spin is a lot shorter of a cooldown. So if you use that first and then use your shift after, you're gonna have your spin back up by the time your shift is done, so you can have that survivability a lot more longer or for a lot longer.
Oh, okay.
So like that's kind of
So,
how I like to cycle my cooldowns on Orisa.
so would you maybe push Ryan away with the spins first?
Yeah, or
Or
like
push
even
him
like
after?
yeah, so like say you start taking damage here. Let's wait for it a second. Oh, did not mean to go forward.
We
So
are
like
at a
give it
disadvantage.
just a second, I'll show you what I would have done here or tell you what I would have done. Like right here, I would have been playing a little bit more out on this corner and like say once I start taking damage, once like my armor gets almost gone, I would hit my E and I'd either go a bit more in if I know my healers are supporting my supports are healing me, or I just spin out like while looking at them right here. Let's just imagine we're the free cam here. Like I'd spin out and I just walk backwards because you're still gonna be like, or we'll do it like this. You're just gonna walk backwards. I can't do the cam well because like you're still gonna be blocking all that damage that's incoming towards you, and you don't even necessarily have to like push them back with it every time. Like you can just be using it to survive a lot longer. Whereas like, you know, if that makes any sense. And then you'll still have your
Yeah.
shift up if you get pushed even more. You can use your shift to like block the pin if your Ryan goes or if their Ryan goes for a pin and all that. And then you'll have your shift up again by or your spin up again by the time your golden is over with if you had to use it right after.
Securing.
And like see right here, it looks like you're gonna get punished because you used both of those cooldowns already. But that Kiriko Bell saved you, so you end up being alright. And then right there again, you end up using your golden first and your spin during your golden. So you might get punished right here and end up dying.
Saw like Kiriko die.
Mhm.
Don't let them take the lead.
And then here, since you're still waiting for both your supports to get back, I wouldn't even be pushing up that much. I would just like play this corner right here so that if you take too much damage, you can always just walk back past this corner because you really don't have to force the fight yet. You can wait for your supports to come back. Oh, what did I just do? You can wait for your supports to come back, and then you can just like drop over right as they're about to get this spawn because you guys already got your quick spawns. You got that first point capped, so you just have to get it like right before they touch this, and it takes forever for this cart to push too. So really, you don't have to play too aggressive just yet. You could be waiting for your teammates to come back and then just drop on them and ult them right as you like right as they come over, and it's gonna secure you that fight as well, and you'll have the team advantage as well as you'll be able to pop your ultimate. So you're kind of just engaging.
Thinking I really want to ult them.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. I like really want to like try to get him with the
I
ult.
yeah, just I get that, and that's like a good idea to have there. But I would have just waited for one of my supports, even my Kiriko, to come back and teleport, just so that I have like a teammate with me to keep me alive while this happens, and you have like a bunch more point to like give away basically. Like you have this, let's
Uh,
see, you have like from here to here, and that's like what 10 or 15 seconds because this since they're first pushing this cart, it takes it forever for them to actually like push this whole way. So that's I just like would have waited basically. And now like you're probably gonna get a good ult off since it's a 3-on-3. But even still, like you're putting yourself kind of in a bad position. Like if they happen to get out of this ultimate, not die here, like if it's more like if you pop it too early, like if you don't play it absolutely perfectly, these two are gonna live here, and you're in a very bad position by yourself here. So like that's what I'd be looking at. And it looks like your Kiriko did just come back too as well. Oh wait, I hit the wrong person. Sorry about that.
I am always here to help. Make way.
No one can hide from my sight.
I don't like that you're going back with your team here to push the cart for you guys. And then right here again, you use your golden first before your spin. So that's like the number one thing I'm noticing, that you could like switch really quick with your playstyle, and you'll be able to survive a lot longer if you just start using your spin before your golden. I actually don't know what the ability's called, but you know, just like where you knock people back with your spin
I
thing.
was nervous. I was wondering with like the javelin spin, if you're close to Ryan, like while you're using it, like can he
He,
swing at you and deal a lot of damage? Because it only blocks
he
projectiles. So I was just
yeah,
nervous about him
it'll
like still
he
doing
could
a lot of damage through the spin.
he could still damage you, but he's swinging 85 per swing, so there's no chance like he's going to like melt you down during that spin unless you're already one shot, you know? Like if you're 150 or 200 health, I'm perfectly fine with you popping that golden because it's going to reduce all of the damage incoming, and it's going to give you that extra armor boost as well. But like with you being full armor basically, there's almost no chance of you dying because you're gonna like the only people that's gonna be doing damage to you is the Rhine swing and the Morris swing. Like you're gonna be blocking the shots from their soldier, from their Cassidy, their Kiriko's kunais. So like the large majority of the damage you'd be taking, you're gonna be blocking. And then Ryan won't be able to pin you as well in your spin, and you kind of knock him back, and you can knock him to the side in the middle of his spin. So like there's really no chance of you dying to Ryan or getting even close to dying, even if he is swinging on you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. I'm really full there. Actually, I have more.
What
Are
was that?
it looked like I had overhealth or I don't know some the
So
green.
whenever you pop your shift, we'll watch. It gives you another like I forget what it is now. They just buffed it. It might be 100 armor, it might be 50 over health or whatever it is. We'll see. I think it's 50. I can't remember.
Enduring.
I couldn't really tell. That happened too fast. I know it's at least 50 over health because it just got buffed in the last patch. So it makes you like way harder to kill when you do pop your shift. And so I don't
I
know the
didn't
exact
really
numbers.
know that.
Yeah. They just buffed her in the last patch, so
Yeah, so I was trying to play her for.
yeah. And then like let's rewind this back. Yeah, you got shattered and they used coalescence, so either way you're probably gonna lose this fight. But imagine if you had like only used this spin to start, like say you use your spin back here, this Mora starts ulting you, and then Ryan shatters you like as you're walking back. You're gonna have your golden when you pop up, when you really need it, like right here. And then you can go look for like a pick on the Cassidy, look to spear this Mora further into your back line. It'll stop her ult, and it'll force her to like use her dash back out. So like you could have some playmaking potential, and your Ilari ends up using an ult, so you might have been able to like make a play off of it as well. But you just kind of get shredded right after. Which either way, you were probably gonna lose that fight, but it could have made it potentially winnable, or it could have made it to where they're down a teammate or two for the next fight,
I learn from my
making it
mistakes.
a fight that's in your advantage, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're going to overtake us.
And then kind of right here, like I was saying before, is like your team's about all back together, but I just wait the extra couple seconds, make sure they're on this bridge, and then wait to drop right here is what I would be looking to do, just so that you're not engaging alone. Like just do a quick little teammate check, see where your team is, and then drop on point.
I thought I could test it from above, but I guess it was below.
It might have just not
Uh,
been far enough, because you can, like, if you sit right here, you can contest it, like, whenever the cart's right here. But I think it was just a little too far back for you to contest it right there, if that makes sense. But yeah, you can contest it from right above. And there's also a spot. Do you know what's the Toronto map? New Queen Street? There's a spot
The
like
push.
yeah, it's the push map. There's also a spot like you can contest it from like the little room. One of them's called like the Warbird Gym. I don't know what it's called on the other side, but it's like right in this room. It's like a little bit high ground, like right up the opposite side of the bus, you know? Because there's like bridge in the middle, and then
Yeah.
on each side there's that little room. So you can contest it from in there too. You might know that already, but just a tip if you don't.
Saw some people contest that with May forever.
Yeah, I had a hog do it to us the other day because my Ana like just could not sleep or anti him, so we could never punish him. And then I just did not have a good tank to like go around on him and try and force him out. So he literally just contested it for like a minute, 2 different times, and that won him the game. Okay, right here, little thing. This guy's high nooning, so what I would be looking to do is I'd be looking to like spin up a little bit and throw a javelin right at him because you're not gonna be able to stop it with your spin, but you can like walk up here since your team's with you and you have Kiriko ult. Like you could spin past him right before this Ryan would like he hadn't hit shift yet, and you could spear this Casty and make sure your team will be able to walk in and kind of turn this fight in your favor.
Okay, so like spin to the side of the Rhine and then
Yeah, like
javelin quick. Yeah.
let's look at it back right here. Like
The spin won't
got-
block high. Well, it will, but he'll just outlast the spin.
yeah,
with
pretty
high
much
noon.
like so he in theory he could potentially pin you like after you stop the spin, but like I never see it happen because you can kind of just knock him to the side like you're saying like the second he pops high noon here, I would be looking to go in with my spin because you're not going to be taking any damage here, and then you could walk in on him and then just try and spear him out of his that Cassidy ult so that your team then can walk in. And then like if this Reinhardt had pinned into your team after that or pinned right after he saw you use the spin, you could even like walk on the Reinhardt. You'll be shooting him from behind as your team's shooting him from the front, and it's gonna like pincer that Reinhardt and spot where he doesn't want to be. So it's kind of like a win-win situation for you. But this ends up working really well for you too. That was a good Mei wall and a good bell by your teammate.
Supercharged and on fire.
Let's look at the next
Returning
fight.
TS1 to the barricade. Thank you.
Execute them.
Holding.
Yeah, and then so the biggest thing I'm seeing for you here is just using your shift before your spin. It's just that like cooldown management of trying to start using your spin and then use your golden right after so that you have your spin back up again to last like as long as you can. And then also like little thing here, instead of playing this right side, I'd be trying to play the left side here because like let's look at it from a top down view. Like let's see the space that you're controlling here because like when you're on this right side, they're kind of free to flank. Like, look, this is it their Cassidy flanks here? Maybe it's their soldier, I can't remember. But they're kind of just free to, like, walk around here. Like, this
I think he
soldier
gets a pick too.
from, yeah, he might have gotten a pick. He might have been from up above here. But, like, if you playing over here, you're not really denying any space for them to walk to. Like, even this Reinhardt, if he really wanted to, he could walk forward. Obviously, he won't because you have a Mei. He'd get walled off. But, like, he could, like, walk past your team in theory, like, if you don't have a Mei here. And then like this soldier, he's like he's free to flank around. Like he's not worried about you. The chances of you hitting a spear on him, like you'd have to use your spin to get closer to him and then spear him. Like you'd be using 2 of your cooldowns just to get over to him. Like you're not really controlling the space on the left side here since you're walking on the right side. So that's like that'd be something to think about too. Is like when you're walking up, see like where you want to position yourself to hold specific space so that you can stop people from flanking your team as well. If that makes any sense.
Uh-huh. So don't worry about the bot as much right here.
Yeah, because like the only thing you need to worry about right here is winning the fight, because that'll get you bot progress. Like if you lose this fight and you're sitting on the bot the whole time, they're still gonna push the bot further than you because they're gonna win the fight, you know? And like their team's gonna be alive, even if it's just 2 of them, whereas your team will be dead.
Yeah.
And they don't have close spawns either since it's been pushed past middle, or I don't even think they capped the first. Yeah, they didn't even cap the first point. So like. I would just be worried about like controlling space so that you can't get flanked and then looking for an opportunity to pop your ult so that you can win this next fight. And then like kind of right here, that Cassidy, although he was staying high ground, like if you were playing this left side here, you could have been able to peek him and possibly throw a spear at him, push him back, like make him grab the health pack, make him like hold off a lot longer to like be able to peek again. Or you give yourself like an extra 5 seconds, and that could have like kept your warrior alive there. Like just something simple like that. Like let's roll it back just a little bit, see what you do here. But I do love that. Like your head is in the right place here. Like spearing someone into your team and then trying to further push them back into your team. Like I love that there. But yeah. Same thing, like exactly what I was saying was gonna happen, kind of happened. That Cassidy, after he got the first pick, he got aggressive, he fell down, and he just kind of kept flanking your team because he got to walk for free on that left side over there of you.
They took it from us. Hi.
And the big thing on Orisa too is you're not really trying to like force plays. You're kind of just like waiting for them to happen. Like you're waiting for someone to get out of position to where you can spear them, or like push them back into your team. You're kind of just trying to stay alive as long as as long as possible while denying like flank angles and stuff, kind of like there. Whereas like if you can deny that flank angle, your team's gonna be alive a lot longer. And then also like you just wait for someone to like get out of position to where you can kind of spear them. So like you being alive as long as possible is like the best play for you in like 90% of fights as Orisa. Just because like the longer you're alive in a fight, the more likely it is that they're going to make a mistake. Like it gives them more time to make a mistake, and then you're like just trying to capitalize on those mistakes, if that makes sense for you.
Okay.
The enemy must not surpass us. Healing pylon out.
Block their path. Your team has lost the lead.
Oh wait, let me rewind it just a little bit, see what happened, because I know your Ori got picked here.
Healing pylon
I
out.
kind of zoned out for a second, sorry.
I didn't even see the Reinhardt going for the
Block
shatter.
their path.
Yeah.
Has lost the
Oh, he just had pin, or he used his pin, and then just got over there really quick with that. Nice spear though, I like that.
Your aid is appreciated.
And then that little thing again here, like that I was talking about early in the game. Like, let's see how much damage you end up really doing with you, like just tap firing here. Like, let's think about it.
Your aid
Like,
is
you're not getting off
appreciated.
really any damage almost because you're just tap firing here. Where if you could like wait for that charge to go all the way back to the bottom, and then just like hold your primary fire for like a good 7 or 8 seconds after, it'd be putting off a lot more damage overall too. And you could keep it on one target rather than just like tap firing, tap firing, tap firing, where you're not really getting much damage off.
Oh, okay. So sometimes don't shoot with the Orisa at all.
Yeah, like it can be fine to not shoot as long as like you can't see it, but like you know this little charge meter on the right of your crosshair?
Yeah.
Like once it gets close to the red or almost at the top of the red, I almost always just let it go down to like a quarter of like the percentage and then start shooting again, or even like 10%, or just waiting almost till it's at the bottom. So you can like overall like you'll end up doing more damage even though you're not shooting for like a couple seconds, like 2 seconds or whatever it takes for it to recharge. Because like, you can like start thinking about it as like reloading on Orisa essentially. And then like you
Okay,
know if you
thanks.
go ahead.
I didn't really know that.
Yeah. So like it'll, and then like you know, I'm sure you know, like if it hits all the way at the top, it's gonna force you to do that like reload thing, where that's gonna take a lot longer to recharge. Where if you could just let it go down to like 20, 30%, and then like have that or have the ability to be able to shoot for like 5 seconds, and then like do that again, you're gonna be ending up putting out a lot more DPS overall, rather than just like tap firing when it gets up there. Unless like,
Why?
go ahead.
Oh, why is the top 1/4 of it red? Like I know it overheats, but like
It
why
pretty
the
much is
like?
just showing you that that's where it's going to start overheating. Like there's nothing really different that's going to happen there other than when it hits the very top, it forces you to like reload basically. Forces that overheat to like kick in, and you can't shoot that whole time if that makes sense. It's just kind of like letting you know where you're at. I think it does the same thing on Pharah boosters. It's not really changing anything. It's just giving you like, hey, you're really close to the top. You might want to stop shooting here. It's just like a visual to show you that basically.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And then like the only case where I'd like start doing the tap firing at the end is if someone's like 25 or 50 HP and you just need like a couple more bullets. That would be like the only time where I would see it being okay for you to like start doing the tap firing thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then there, let's look at it back real quick. Kind of just happened like I don't know if you would have been able to get off. You had like a small opportunity there to try and pin the not pin him, like spear the Cassidy when he ults, but you went for the Reinhardt after too. It's just a small thing there. Like here, I would have been like hard looking at this Cassidy, waiting for the Reinhardt to drop his shield, and then trying to spear him there. Which it looks like he still would have got that off, like right as you would have been able to throw your spear. But that's what I would have been looking for there.
They're pushing.
And then also previously in that fight, like I'm gonna just show it to you one more time to like make sure you see it. As you used your shift first here, whereas like if you would have been able to use your spin and then your shift, you would have been able to take like the front of this damage. Like right as this Kiriko pops ult, right here, like you'd already used your shift. Let's look at when you use your shift. Okay, I don't even think you were like that close in danger of dying. I think you still had armor whenever you used your shift here. Yeah, look at that. You were almost like full health when you'd popped your shift here. Like you had lost, you're at 526, 512. The lowest I saw you get to right there was 512. And so like the one habit I'd be making is whenever you want to use your golden, make sure almost all of your armor is gone. If not all of your armor is gone, wait till you're about half health. That's when I would look to pop my golden. And then two, I would almost always look to use my spin before my golden as well, because like I was saying earlier, you spin and then you pop your golden after, and then by the time your golden is done, you're going to have that spin back up to block even more damage. And so like if you had done that, you might have been able to take the brunt of this entire Kiriko ult, just like shutting it down basically. Like you have been using your spin here while this Kiriko's ulting, like spin, 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 and then your spin would have been done there. Now you can pop your golden, you can kind of just keep shooting at them. Your Widow even got a pick there. So like if you could have been able, I'm gonna look for top down view. If you could have been able to like hold this position here, you could have popped your golden here after that spin. Like let's say you like hold your golden off for like 4 more seconds, however long it is. You would have been holding them back. They wouldn't be able to push into you here. And then you would even like there's like 1 or 2 seconds where you won't have that spin back up yet. You could be walking back, and then as soon as you get that spin back up, you could be pushing the Rhine further back, and you'd be like creating that, like you'd be holding this space right here from like allowing them to push through. If that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
So like it was just kind of like you guys had got a pick there, so it was like still winnable, and you would have been able to stay alive longer and then hold that position just because like of cooldown management right there. So like I think the biggest thing for you is just working on that cooldown management so you can stay alive a lot longer and hold the space that you need to so that your teammates can get picks and then like you could burn that Ryan shield or whatever.
Yeah, that fortify was definitely bad, but even with the Kiriko ult, if I had fortify, you still think I could maybe hold that space there
Yeah,
without.
because
Okay.
that fortify, I think it's 50% damage reduction in total. Like that fortify, it's basically like you cannot kill me button when you hit that on Orisa. And even if you're at half health, you pop fortify with a little bit of healing, like you're gonna be staying alive even with them all doing double damage because that that golden, like you can't be headshot. You get an extra 50 armor. You take 50% damage reduction. Like it is just so impossibly hard to kill an Orisa that hits her fortify. Like it is just so hard to actually kill her. Whereas like, and then with that spin as well, like whenever you use the spin, the only people that can do damage to you on their team is more with, since she's using Coalescence right now, she could use Coalescence or she could right click and then Rhine swing. Like the Fire Strike's not gonna be able to kill you. Neither of their DPS are gonna be able to shoot you. Their Kiriko won't be able to shoot you. So like using your spin, you're shutting down 60% of their damage, and then whenever your golden comes up, you're shutting down half their damage, and you get an extra 50 armor as well. And then you can, by like if you use your cooldowns correctly with that time, you'll have them up for like 12 or 15 seconds to where it's just like it's so hard to kill Orisa when she's properly cycling her cooldowns, which is part of the reason she's so strong right now.
Uh-oh, they're pushing.
I will never rest.
I'm here. My ultimate is ready. I'm charging out.
I will not
Let me keep
And then
Thank you.
there again, you happen to use your golden before your spin. Just a little thing there. And then you also used your spin while you were using golden, so whenever those two get done popping, it's gonna be really easy to kill you right here. 'Cause like, and let's look at it here, like, even after this Rhine shatters, let's say you're still in your golden here, like your Rhine shatters, you'd already used your spin though. Rhine shatters here, and you have like nothing to block him from like walking on your team or throwing fire strikes at him here. To whereas like if you had your javelin or your spin up, you could be like pushing him back after he shatters, spear him back. Like you could have a lot more options to stop him from killing you guys, right, or killing your teammates right here.
Yeah, I'll switch to fortify as soon as I see him swing at me. I just get nervous
Mhm.
and then just immediately pop the fortify even if I'm full.
Yeah.
But as soon as he starts, Reinhardt, I don't, he scares me.
Yeah.
But
No, I get that. And
it's
it's
too
just
early.
like, yeah, no, that's fine. It's just a habit we need to break, you know? That's like all it really is. It's just like right now you just have a habit of like popping that fortify whenever you see the Rhine, or not when you see him, but like when he starts swinging on you and getting close to your face. Whereas like you need to try and build a new habit to like spin first on him. Whereas like, cause you know you'll have that golden after, and like while that golden's being used, you'll have your spin come back up because that cooldown shorter, it'll be coming right back up.
Yeah.
And then you could also like save your like the one thing I would be looking at too for you. I'm not sure how often you do it. Is like look at your health pool a lot. Like that's the main thing when I'm playing Orisa's I'm doing is like I'm taking quick little glances down to my HP down here and be like, okay, do I need to use my golden yet? Am I at half health? Like is my armor gone? And then like I'll just do like quick little glance because like nothing's really gonna happen if you do a quick little glance down there. Like unless you're looking for a spear, like that'd be the only time you wouldn't want to. Because like you have like so much time, you have such a big health pool to where you're never gonna like die instantly, pretty much, unless you just get headshot by a Widow and Hanzo at the same time. But that's gonna happen like 1 in 100 games. So
Not so fast. I am more ready.
Like a approaching our final
Push it with the robot.
Cutting through. Your aid is appreciated.
misery made man.
Locked down. Do not move. Stand aside.
No one can hide from my sight.
And you basically should never be letting it overheat.
yeah, it's gonna happen sometimes just because like you get in so the moment, but pretty much never let it overheat. Once it gets into that red, that's your like that's what's telling you to like okay, let it cool back down, wait for it to get like pretty much like you see where it is right now on the charge, like how it's
Uh,
like 30% of the way up there. I would let it get to there or lower before you start shooting again, unless someone's one shot and you just need to tap them off really quick. Like once it gets in
yeah,
that red, just like let it cool back down and then start shooting again.
it's longer than I thought that you can't shoot for. It actually kind of really does.
What was
Sometimes
that?
it can mess
I didn't hear you, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, sometimes the overheat is actually kind of long.
Yeah, like whenever it like fully overheats and it makes you reload kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot longer than if you just like let it cool down yourself. I don't know the exact numbers on it too.
Thank you.
Let's look at this back real quick.
2 minutes. Immovable. Step back.
Okay, so you try to spear her there, just missed. And then here, like let's look at it again. You use your golden and your spin here.
Stand aside.
I'm just gonna rewind it a little bit more because I think you kind of use these without like needing to really, you know? Let's see right here, you pop your golden. Let's see what health you were at. Let's rewind it like a few seconds.
Ryan can charge me there though.
Yeah, that is true. So I see that, but I'd like even with him being able to charge him there, use your spin first here. You know?
Or yeah, yeah.
Because like even if you use your spin first, like you could spin him further into your team, and then you could like okay, he's like you hear him start his charge up, you could hit your shift, you'll block him from pinning out, and then he's gonna be like stuck here because you spin him back like a little bit like probably to right here, and then like okay, he wants to pin back out and try and pin you into his team, then you hit your shift, and while that shift is like being used like your golden, your fortify, your spear, or not your spear, your spin is going to be almost off cooldown to where you'll have that back up and you'll be able to live a lot longer, and you're forcing this Reinhardt out of position and he won't have his pin to get back to his team as well. So like that's what I would be looking to do is like spin first, spin him out of position, and then use golden after.
I really wanted to kill that Kiriko, but she didn't die.
Mhm.
She got like 1 HP and
Yeah.
couldn't finish her.
And like I was fine with like throwing that spin there. I just don't like that you used your golden first. Like that's the only thing I don't like here. Because then like with you using your golden first, you're half health in here, so you're scared, so you pop your spin to make sure you can get out, and now you have no cooldowns, and they get to Kiriko ult and walk back in on you guys, and like you have like like you're basically letting them walk in on you. Like let's just look at it from their POV. Like they just get to walk all the way around here now whenever they use this Kiriko ult. Whereas like if you had used your spin, you would have pushed him back, you would have held this golden, and your team would have been able to the one to wrap around and take this space, and then your team would be the one taking angles rather than their team being able to come here take angles like what's about to happen. Or at least I assume.
Thank you. The enemy has taken the robot.
Oh, I guess that didn't work out how I thought it would. And here, this is going to be one of the cases where I am perfectly fine with you using golden first because that Ryan actually had used his pin already. Like so, in this case, I'm perfectly fine with you using that golden first.
Wait, why?
Because this Ryan had already pinned, like, you could have still spinned him, like, let's look at it back. In theory, you could have spun him, like, if you don't hit it right, like, if you don't hit it at the right time, it's just a lot easier for you to, like, hit the shift and then block him, because you're going to get that extra health. Like, even though, like, you're not ideally managing your cooldowns, you're stopping this Reinhardt from, like, pinning into you and your team, and then you could still spin him after, even though you are using your cooldowns. Because it's just, like, more consistent to just, like, stop him there. Because, like, you already see him pinning, you're not, like, predicting it, you know? So you have, like, less time to react. And so, like,
Yeah,
does that make any sense?
yeah.
Okay.
My ultimate is charging. Stay put. I'm on fire. Is Ify watching?
Kinda lost during this fight.
Yeah. The one thing I would have looked to do is just ult sooner. Like, you could have ulted the Kiriko and the Rhine there. It would have obviously forced the Kiriko to TP out. Or, like, ideally, whenever you turn back around on this soldier, like, right here is when I'd be looking to pop my ultimate, basically. Because, like, it's going to give you that gold, and it's going to give you that 50 extra armor as well. And you might be able to, like, finish off this soldier and potentially turn around the team fight for you guys. Because you would have made it, like, a 3v3 right then after. Like, that would have been, like, the only main other thing. And then you just kind of pop it a little late.
That barricade's gonna stay right where it is.
So, like, I think the biggest thing for you to work on is just that cooldown management to where you're trying to get into the habit of using your spin first, and then your golden after, and then trying to spin again. Because that'll keep you alive in the fight a lot longer, and it'll leave you and your team a lot longer to, like, make plays as well. And then like also like how I was telling earlier, I forget where it was exactly. Let's see if I can skip around and find it. I think it was before this. Was it right over here? Sorry. It was that time. Uh, I'll just go to free cam. Do you remember when I was like telling you on this left side over here to like try and hold this left side here? Because you'd be cutting off this flank angle from like this Casty. You'd be able to spear him up here. You'd be able to stop that soldier from flanking on your team. And you'd be controlling more space by holding this left side than holding the right side over here. Just kind of
Yeah.
looking at that too, like trying to like think about, okay, where do I want to position myself this fight to like stop them from flanking my team while being able to like just stay alive as long as possible and then still being able to like retreat if I need to. But I'll go back to it just one more time. Like the biggest thing was just that cooldown management there. Whereas like if you use your golden, or not your golden, sorry. If you use your spin first, your golden, you're gonna have your spin back up by the time you can use your golden. Wait, I just jumbled my words there. Use your spin first, golden second, because you'll have your spin back up by the time your golden's done, essentially. And that's going to keep you alive in the fight a lot longer to give you more time to make plays, wait for their team to make a mistake, and try and punish them there.
Okay. Had a question
Hmm.
about tank in general, like this season. I think my best tank is Ramatra, like I was doing the best with him.
Okay, yeah.
And then I switched to Orisa and I'm not wait, where's that her? Um I was just wondering like I don't know who to play. I guess I don't see many people playing Ramatra anymore.
Hmm.
After the Orisa buffs, and then I heard Ramatra has a bad matchup or is a little bit weak against Orisa, so that's just why swapped off.
So my opinion on that is like since the Orisa buffs, like, or let me restart. Like Ramattra used to be one of the best tanks because he's so impossible to kill. Like he still is just as hard to kill pretty much, and he's still a strong tank. But the reason why Orisa is so strong now is she is even harder to kill, even when she doesn't have her ultimate. Like Ramattra, he has that block ability to where he can hold it, and then whenever he has his ult up too, he's gonna have that like he can just hold his block forever and stay alive forever, which is keeping you in the fight for so long, and then you can like go start punching people too in it, especially when you have your ults. But with Orisa, you can use that like combo where you spin, golden, spin, and that's going to keep you in the fight like a lot longer, even when you don't have your ultimate compared to Ramatra, which is just giving you a lot more time in your team to make plays because with your team tank being able like Orisa's just so tanky, she can like kind of force space or like stop the other team from being able to take space like where they want to flank and stuff because she also has that javelin to punish them, so she's a little scary too. Whereas Ramatra, the only thing he really has to punish people is his E, and so it's like that circle ability that just slows you down, like pulls people from the air and stuff. So Riss is just like more consistently harder to kill. So that's why I think she's better now since she got buffed.
uh,
And that's
uh,
kind of why I feel like she's kind of one of the best tanks right now. Her and Diva, I feel like are the two strongest tanks right now, just in my opinion. Pretty much
D-
for all ranks.
Diva on the map with maps with more high ground, right?
Yeah,
That's okay.
that like maps you see Monkey into, like Diva just shuts down Monkey too because she can constantly chase after him, blow him up with her missiles. Her DM is just so strong it's gonna stop so much damage from incoming. Like Diva's even outside of the maps that are specifically good for Diva, like you can just stop a lot of stuff like Junkrat, Bastion spam, Pharah spam, all that kind of stuff. You can chase down Echo Pharah, like keep them at bay. Like Diva just has she's very versatile. Like she can peel, she can hold high ground, she can chase people down. She's just so versatile, and with her boosters getting buffed that half a second, she can do that even quicker now too.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot
Yeah,
for everything. I
no problem, man.
hopefully break the losing streak
Oh
now.
yeah, I'll check back in with you. Do you know if you're gonna be playing it all today? I'm not like if you're not, no worries. I'm just kind of curious is all.
uh, I might. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Well, I'll check back in with you in like 2 or 3 days from now, see how things are going, see if it's helped you at all. If not, we can get in another VOD review or whatever. See if like there's something else we can work on that'll help you as well. But I think that biggest thing is just working on your cooldown management.
Alright, yeah, thanks a lot. That was
Yeah,
really helpful.
no problem, Teddy. Good luck in your games, man. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks.
Later, bro.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and thank you again.